was a traditional Khmer dance performed by the children of New Hope for Cambodian Children, an orphanage for the HIV positive. It was founded in 2006 by Texans John and Kathy Tucker and has since grown to become one of the largest pediatric HIV/AIDS treatment programs in Southeast Asia.
And we came and started working in a hospice with adults that had HIV. And I had never personally met anybody with HIV. And we discovered that there was very little medicine in the country at the time. Médecins Sans Frontières had some medicine, about 3,000 doses for 160,000 infected people. Make a long story short, the children, the people were dying in the hospice, and their children who were infected with the virus had nowhere to go.
John and Kathy have focused their efforts not only on getting ARV medication to more than 1,400 children throughout Cambodian provinces, but especially on the education of the 240 orphans living in what they affectionately call our village.
The idea is to give these children the best education they can, so that, because they're going to fight stigma and discrimination here in Cambodia, they have to have the best education they can have.
In Teach a Man to Fish, Swidler and Watkins analyzed 3 strata of society in Malawi affected by the sustainability doctrine. Much of their analysis focuses on accurately representing the 3 social strata. Their goal seems not only scientific, but also human. They are trying to connect and portray the people of different socioeconomic status. The first category are the villagers. Swidler and Watkins note that farmers in Malawi live in unstable conditions, depending heavily on beneficial weather and often living without an income. Because of these conditions, many villagers have put a greater emphasis on economic security rather than health issues such as AIDS. The second category is that of the aspiring elites. These are the people seeking employment in the city, and they have the desire to move away from subsistence farming. This strata of people hovers somewhere between the 2 other categories, but they continue to seek the glass castle of the urban labor market by whatever training necessary. The final category is the national elites. These are the educated and wealthy who are the intermediary between donors and village programs. They have a pull, however, between their families that remain in the villages and need much economic support and their identity among the elite. Though of a different nature, this breakdown of the different kinds of people can also be applied to analyze distinct categories of children at NHCC. New Hope for Cambodian Children has partnered with other Cambodian NGOs and funds such as the USAID and the Clinton Foundation. However, the organization relies mostly on private donors to fund its programs. One of the more appealing ways for Western donors to give money to NHCC is through their Sponsor a Child program. There are different monthly donations to which one can subscribe, but any donation is promised to be returned with a letter or update about a certain child in the orphanage. So while donors hit subscribe to a certain monthly donation and look forward to correspondence with a specific child infected with HIV, they are unaware that not all of the 240 children require the same aid. NHCC has 3 distinct but unacknowledged categories among its orphans. The first are those children who, because they are HIV positive, have been completely orphaned or abandoned by their families. NHCC was the only place which would take in HIV positive youth, especially as babies. Many of the girls were found thrown out of their homes after having been sexually abused by male relatives who were also HIV positive. These children just look forward to enjoying another day and playing, carefree. This group of children care more about healing. The next category are those children who have relatives living with them at NHCC's Our Village. If both children were orphaned and one tested HIV positive, then John and Kathy would take both children so as to not separate siblings. Some orphans have even found adoptive parents among the staff, creating new family within an orphanage. For them, NHCC is a home in which a nuclear family can thrive. These children are more interested in vocational training that will keep them local to the village. The final category are those children who have been groomed to enter the professional or medical workforce. They have spent extra time on English studies and perfecting business language. These are the children who care less about HIV status and more about long-term careers. Vonda is one of these orphans.
She will stay with us for 3 months till she saves enough money to make the transition from depending on us for everything to supporting herself. She's 22 years old and she's now independent. It's hard to say where she would have been without the program, but one, she would not have been educated. Two, she would have not gotten the antiretroviral medicine. She wouldn't have lived to 22. So she's one of our early children. She's one of the kids that we started when there was nobody in Cambodia giving the medicine.
Swidler and Watkins analyzed the impact of the sustainability doctrine on 3 unique social strata in Malawi. Using their analysis of people's daily life due to this doctrine provided a new way of interpreting the social organization within New Hope for Cambodian children and the ignorance donors have to such structure.